Geez, this thing sounds like a margarita mixer. Hey folks, we're back again with another video, and today we're going to be working on a Shimano MT410 hub. We're going to be working primarily on the Freehub. We're going to fully service it, remove it, take out all the old grease, inspect everything, put the new grease in there, and then put it all back together. We're not going to change bearings on the hub itself. This is a relatively popular hub. It comes standard with a lot of bikes. So if you have one of these hubs and you find that it is getting louder and louder or tingy, it has like a metal on metal sound, like a ring sound to it, then you're better off just giving it a fresh grease job. Ultimately, this is an easy job. You could absolutely do it. It doesn't take all that much, not all that many tools needed. And well, it'll make your free hub last longer because free hubs will wear down, the pawls will wear down, the teeth will wear down. And well, then you're just gonna need a new wheel at some point or a whole new hub. All right, so with that being said, we're just gonna dive straight into the job. We're gonna remove the cassette first on this hub. So we're gonna need a chain whip and a cassette tool. Oops. So the chain whip, we're gonna take it, we are gonna wrap it around. Okay, just like that. I don't know if I can do this on the table easily. I don't know how tight this thing is. And then we are going to, actually I gotta do it the other way. In fact, the whole thing's backwards, great. Nope. We're good. And then we are going to, boy, they put it in there way too tight. There we go. All right, so it's got some force. It's like 40 Newton meters, although I think a lot of people go way higher than that. Take the cap off. All right, now put it on the side. Now we have to watch out over here because this cassette, if you have, this is a Shimano 8100 cassette, 12 speed, and it does come in pieces. We can remove the whole thing one shot, but make sure it stays in one piece, all right? So put it on the side. Next, we need to remove the cap. Now for this, you need a plier, right? That's gonna be the easiest way to do it. The only thing is I don't wanna smack because these are in here pretty tight sometimes, right? They could take some force to get out. So I'm not sure about this one, we'll find out. Just grab it on the edges. You could use a cloth if you want. There we go. And I removed it, and we're gonna take the cap and put it on the side. Now we could remove the free hub. Just pick it straight up. Watch out, because there are pawls on the inside, right? They shouldn't fall out, but ultimately, that is the inside of our hub. So what we're gonna do now is actually take the free hub, put it on the side. Next, we're gonna grab a small pick and be very careful over here and take out the spacer. Put it on the side. Next, we're gonna go in there and we're gonna clean all the old grease that is in there. And remove it all. Okay. Part of me actually wants to open up the other side. Now, the only thing that sort of sucks is we're not going to be easily able to check to make sure the bearings are in good condition or bad condition. Okay, so there is a way you could tell if the bearings are in good condition. It's not 100% accurate, but it's good enough. Spin the axle, put some pressure on the axle in some way, and then spin it. And if it feels grindy, that means something's wrong in there, right? One of the bearings is going bad. Ultimately, you're better off removing the axle, but to remove this axle, it's a process. I don't feel like doing it right now. And you don't really need to. If this is basically a relatively new hub and he doesn't ride it all that much, right? So I know that the bearings, chances are the bearings are good in here. Maybe next time I'll do a bearing swap on a hub like this. So, but for now, this thing feels good to me. It spins good. I don't feel any anomaly whatsoever, right? Now, another area that's important is over here. This is the seal that seals the free hub to the actual hub. So we want to make sure that we have a perfect connection, or as perfect connection as possible. See what I mean? When we close it back up, we do not want this thing exposed or an opening for water to come in any way. So just grab a blunt pick, nothing sharp here, right? And just go around, or you could grab your fingernail, go around here and just give it a quick wipe and make sure it's all nice and debris free. Next, we're going to work on the free hub body. So first we're going to remove the spring and the pawls. So there's 3 pawls. They're held on by a spring right over here, right? So grab a small pick, go inside, and let's try and remove that. Well, you can remove that pawl too while you're at it, but ultimately take that spring and lift it up from its seat and just go all the way around like that. Oops. No, might as well remove that pawl. Okay, and then just go all the way around, let that pawl fall out. Let that pawl fall out, and then this thing should, well, just went in the seat. There we go. All right. So now, it's a good amount of grease on the inside that's untouched, but look at the backside. This backside is dirty. All right. Now let's leave a clean area for when we're done, because there is going to be quite a bit of dirt. So first, bad idea. Should have planned this differently. Let's go inside and clean all the dirt off this thing. Now, try not to push dirt inside, right? We want to remove the dirt outside. We don't want to push it inside the bearing, basically, is what it comes down to. And there is a seal over here, and we don't want to damage that seal, right? So, again, just go in there and do the best you can with cleaning that inside. Just be relatively delicate with it. Don't be too harsh with it, right? Go in there, scrub it lightly like that. For starters, get the hard stuff up. Again, we don't want to damage that seal. Now let's clean the inside over here a little bit for now, just to start it off. Clean that grease off. All right. And what we're going to do, grab alcohol. Okay. All right, so right off the bat, I'm testing the bearings. And this one has seen better days. Now I wish I had extra bearings. I don't have this size handy right now, do I? Oh, for crying out loud. That would have been a great job to actually show you guys, because I was going to do a hub bearing replacement, a free hub bearing replacement very, very soon. Actually, I was going to record it. So now I wish I did it with this one. But I'm positive I do not have this bearing size handy. Okay, we can do over here, grab a blunt pick, relatively blunt pick, go inside, clean. Okay, just like that. There's a seal over here. Basically, we're just trying to clean the inside of the seal all around there, right? So again, just lightly go around it and clean off all that debris. Clean the hub, put it on the side. Next, let's just clean the pawls quickly. It's 1 pawl, 2 pawls, 3 pawls. Clean the spring. Make sure we don't bring any grindy dirt on the inside. Let's clean threads on the cap more than anything. Cassette cover. Right, put that on the side. Clean the spacer. Put that on the side. And last but not least, let's clean. So, there's also a seal on this cap. We need to be careful. So just clean the inside over here best you can. What you might want to do again is grab a pick, more blunt pick than that, and mind frame. Okay, there we go, and just go all around and scoop out whatever might be on the inside. Cool. Now we assemble. First, we're going to put in the spring. Now, the spring fits in a notch. See that notch over there? So the split in the spring basically fits in that notch, right? So, and it fits pretty much perfectly in there as far as sizing. So let's take this first and put it on the inside just like that on one side, and then just squeeze it just like that. See the way it's sat in, right? Then we're going to take a pick. Now, before we put in the pawls, let's grease the pawls first. I'm just going to use Shimano hub grease, right? So any hub grease will do over here, really. So first we're going to put a little bit of grease on the pawls. Right? Just film them first like this. Right? Okay. Now, what we're going to do, the way the pawls work, the small notch goes down, right? So that little groove in that small notch is what that ring, that spring holds on to, or that retaining ring. Really, that's a retaining ring. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to, where's the beginning of this thing? It doesn't matter. We are going to basically grab the ring, essentially stretch it, don't stretch it open, just pick it up a little bit and slip the pawl underneath, and boom, done. Just like that. And we are going to go around and do all three of them. Doesn't take much effort at all. Yep, that's sitting right. And the third one is right there. Just make sure you got the bottom in, groove, oops, groove out. Again. And there we go. Except for this one is not fully seated yet. Pourquoi? There we go. Oop. That's why it's not fully seated. Perfect. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is grab some grease, put it on the outside. Right, and just give it a thin coat all the way around. And we are ready to put it back on the wheel. Next, I'm going to grab my spacer, put a little bit of grease on it, just give it a coat. Put this over all the way to the end. Then I'm going to grab a little bit of grease and rub it in the teeth. Okay. Put a little bit more on this side. All right. Then we're going to grab our hub and place it over, and we're going to turn counterclockwise. Wow, look how much quieter that is. Awesome. Next, we grab our cap. We're going to put it on top and press it down, just like that. When it comes to installing a Shimano 12-speed cassette, it's not one piece, it's multi-pieces. Now, this is also, I don't want to say directional, but there's only one way that they could fit in a Micro Spline hub, right? Or Freehub. So you could try and wedge it in as a whole, but you're going to have a tough time. What we're going to do is break it apart and put it in by pieces, okay? So what we're looking for is, most of these notches over here are small, but then you have one large one, right? So put the large one at the 12 o'clock position. And then what we're going to do is look for the large notch on the gears, right? And we're going to try and align it, and it should just pop into place, right? So then we have this cog over here. Again, there's the large one, and it should just pop into place. Then we have a spacer. Let's take the spacer, put it over, then we have the next cog, hold the spacer. Again, look for the large one, and there we go. So we have our next spacer, right? And we have this one here. Large cog again, fit it in, And then we have these two. Now this one's going to fit in again into the large cog, and then the small one's going to fit into this one, right? So again, we're looking for there it is. It's right over here. It's on the back side. In fact, you'll see it right there. So again, fit that one in. And then this one will have a large space up there and a large space over here. And yeah, make sure this one fits in. Sometimes this one could be deceiving. Why isn't it snapping in? It should just like click in, basically. There we go. Just clicked in. Perfect, right? Then we're going to grab our cap, grab our cassette tool, first by hand, right? Then by ratchet. This one we don't need the chain whip. Okay, and then we're going to grab our torque wrench, 40 Newton meters. $41.9. We are in. Ooh, look how much quieter that is. And we get engagement. That will get louder and louder over time as the grease distributes. When a hub gets too loud or really loud, that means that, well, the grease it needs to be serviced. You need to put a fresh coat of grease in there. Again, grease does break down, and then you're going to basically have metal on metal, which is just going to wear out the pawls and wear out the teeth, right? So again, this sounds quiet now, way quieter than before, but ultimately it will get louder as the grease settles in there, all right? So, folks, if you like this video, please click that like button, click that subscribe button to see more videos, click that bell button, ding, in order to get notified when new videos get released, and more videos like this are coming. If you want to see a couple of videos right now, these two over there might be of interest. Until the next time, I hope all is well with all of you, and we will be talking to you all soon. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.